Greetings, YouTube. So today we are back on the G.I. Joe train. We have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Chuckles. So, not sure why Chuckles had to be an exclusive, but here we are. Quick look at the box here. It is very fancy. It's done up real nice with some pictures, and the whole presentation of it is very nice. And then also, if you open up the box, you get this kind of comic strip deal here where Chuckles is escaping from some building, taking down a bunch of bats unarmed. So Chuckles must be quite the badass. And then you have this nice picture of him with his accessories and such on the other side. And this is like a fold over cover thing to the box. All right, so quick look at the figure here. You know, sculpt wise, that's a great sculpt. It's a very nice look for Chuckles. He does look like the representation of the character that we're familiar with. He has his obligatory Hawaiian shirt on, and I think they did a pretty good job with this without making it a separate piece, but it still looks like it's a shirt. So you have that holster as well. You got the belt here, you got pants. These pants actually look like reuse from another figure or from several other figures. Boots, I'm not sure about. I'd have to look. Kind of disappointed there, honestly. For an exclusive, I would have expected him to be all pinless, but it is what it is. They're going with their reuse. You got this little gold watch here. That's a nice touch, and that is removable. G.I. Joe communicator, of course. So, you know, he looks good. He looks real good, actually, for his, you know, character. Aesthetics wise, it's what you would expect. This holster thing, though, it looks nice, but it doesn't function real well. It slides all over him. The slightest movement and the whole entire thing moves. It'd be nice if they made it, you know, soft goods. Articulation wise, your head is normal for a G.I. Joe classified figure. You got the ball joint at the top. You also have a ball joint at the neck. Torso is standard, so you got the cut here, and then you also have the waist kind of ball joint area in between the waist and the legs or the hips. In the arm, you have a bicep swivel. You have a double jointed elbow, which the elbow is pinless. You got that butterfly joint. For the legs, you have a drop down as usual, and then you have the normal range. You get that far, and you can get farther if you use the drop down. Double jointed knee. Like I said, a little bit disappointing that it is not pinless, but it is what it is. Boot twist there, forward facing pin for a nice rocker. He is standard for G.I. Joe classified articulation. So nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary, but also still really good. It's a good articulation setup. As far as accessories go, so you do get an extra head, and this is the one where he's all beat down. You get a knife, you get a handgun, you get two fists that have brass knuckles on them, which is nice to get some fists, I will say that. You get a little file there that goes in his briefcase that you can use as a prop. Briefcase does close. You got some glasses or sunglasses, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. Also some binoculars, and you have a pair of broken handcuffs, and then a, you know, unbroken handcuffs. What looks like headphones from the 80s, and then this particular thing is very peculiar. This design for his Walkman or radio or whatever looks very familiar. Even on the back, it has sculpting that looks very familiar to another character. That's very interesting that they threw that in. I don't know if I knew this was coming. Looks very, very much like somebody I know. Okay, so got him all kitted up here with all of his stuff. Well, most of it anyway. And it's time to talk about some of these accessories. To be perfectly honest, some of them don't really work real well. I'm happy we got the fists, real happy we got the fists. That's something that a lot of us have been clamoring for a long time. These headphones and these glasses, not so great. They don't work well, they're loose, not good. The extra head is appreciated. The Hawaiian necklace thing doesn't really work that well either. You got to kind of stuff it under his hair to get it to work. Just doesn't work too good for me personally. So here we have him all set up with all of his stuff. I'm going to tell you now, the briefcase is great. The gun, the knife is great. The holster's kind of iffy. He looks good with all of that stuff on. The Hawaiian necklace thing is leaves a lot to be desired. The glasses, the headphones, I guess it was a nice idea, but it doesn't really work real well. Okay, so you know we had to do this comparison. So I do have the exclusive from Valaverse, the basically undercover version of Condor. We all know that this was a knockoff of Chuckles, but it's a pretty good knockoff of Chuckles. It's a good homage to the guy with the Hawaiian shirt on that's supposed to be undercover, even though he's some badass agent. Then we have comparison here. These are Valaverse females. I have one that's a custom, and then we have a Steel Brigade. You have the Swarm Horde, and then another custom action force. We got the Crimson Twins here, and they are both on the Hammerhead Marvel Legends body. I like that look. I like that look a lot for them, and that looks good with Chuckles. Then you have Baroness and a Televiper. You got the obligatory Falcon, because they interact a lot in the movie, the G.I. Joe movie. You know, the guy Falcon with a face only a mother could love, and a Range Viper. Then we got Bazooka and Shipwreck. Some random comparisons here. We have Star Wars Black Series new releases, Bastila and Darth Malik, Storm Collectibles Kano, and Captain America. I believe that's the ultimate one. Yeah, the ultimate one. Another random comparison here, Mezco Destro and NECA Michelangelo. So, final thoughts on Chuckles here. Is he a great figure? No. There's quite a few flaws with the accessories. The figure itself is good. The figure itself is actually really good. But the accessories are a little bit suspect. That holster, way too rigid, floats around too much. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. The extra head is great. The fists are great. The binoculars, the sound wave is a nice touch. The briefcase, the file, handcuffs, all of that stuff's pretty good. But those glasses and those headphones, no, they are not good. They don't fit on good. They don't stay on good. It's kind of a waste. It's a good prop to have laying around in a diorama or in a scene, I guess, but to actually, in practicality, for functionality, no, doesn't work. So, do I think this was a good idea for your exclusive? Not really. He could have been a mainline release, honestly. You could have took some of that stuff away and gave him, he would have been a very easy mainline release. So I don't know why they chose him. Not sure, but it is what it is. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.